All right. All right, guys. We got just a few minutes before we start. I just wanted to pop in here while I seen everybody popping in. What's going on, Mo Wealth? Dan Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive. B Stewie. Zamora. What's going on? Yes. It's good to see you guys. We're going to be starting here in just a few minutes. Just a few minutes. I figured we'd have a soft opening here, so that way we could make sure everything's up and running properly. Make sure everything's up and running properly. Do a mic check. What is going on, guys? It is good to see you. We got to pull up today. We have an awesome stock watch list for you. I promise you this is going to be the best stock watch list you guys have ever seen. Promise. I absolutely promise. We're going to be starting the show here in about 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes to go until we get to moving, baby. This is going to be a great day, a great night, I should say. I got my energy tea sitting in front of me. We got 1 minute left. 1 minute to go, guys. Good to see us. Say hi. Say hi in the chat. Go ahead while you're waiting. Say hello in the chat. What's going on? Bob, Robert, Tanash. I don't know if I said your last name right, but what's going on, Bob? It's good to see you, brother. Vote on the poll, guys, while you're waiting. We got about 30 seconds to go, and we are going to get to chitty-chatting, baby. I am pumped for today. Yes, sirree. It's good to see you, Zamora. What's up, B Stewie? Mo Wealth is in the building. Dan Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive. Guys, I am pumped for tonight. I hope you guys are ready. Kilgore, what's going on, Night Owl? It's good to see you, brother. Let's go. All right, we already got 13 of you in here waiting and ready, baby. And here we go. All right, what is going on, guys? You have no idea how stinking pumped I am. Ken Sabrera, what's going on? Good to see you. I see all you in here. Kilgore, Robert, Mo Wealth, Zamora, B Stewie, Dan Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive. It is so good to see you guys. I feel like we got so much to catch up on, but first, I just want to say our YouTube is doing absolutely amazing, guys. The last I looked, we were up to 978 or 79? 978 subscribers, guys. 978 subscribers. We are killing it. I think just today we got another 10 subscribers. Jimmy Bright, what's going on? Yuli, what's up? Awesome Art's in here. We got the ladies in here tonight. Yeah, Zamora and Awesome Art is in here. Yuli, what's going on, guys? Yeah, we got an awesome... back to what I was saying, guys. We're up to like 978 or 77 subscribers, something like that. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Thank you for kicking ass. Thank you guys so much for being here. And thank you for always showing up, being here, ready to better yourself. And that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. We have an awesome watch list for you guys. And you have no idea how pumped I am about this. I worked my ass off today. I have been sacrificing a lot of my time for this, a lot of my energy on this, because I really feel like this is just the start of something big. I really do. And you guys know it always pays to be positive. I always talk about how it just pays to be positive. You need to be positive in this market, especially when there's so much negativity out there. If you focus on the negativity, guys, it's just going to bring you down. So where's my line in the sand? That's why we use risk management, because you get paid to be positive. You stay positive, you work on those longs, you make that money, and then if you're wrong, or if it's not time to be positive anymore, you're going to hit that stop loss, and it'll tell you that you're wrong, or we break a 21-day moving average. So right now, we are being paid to be positive, and I absolutely love it right now because the S&P 500, if you guys didn't know it already, reached another new all-time high. Dan, Bob, how many new all-time highs did I say that was? It's like 30-something, 32, 33 new all-time highs this year for the S&P 500. And I made a video about where the bulls at. Everybody was coming out. All the bulls were just talking mad crap year over year, the past 2 years. Just, we're reaching this new, it's going to fail. The banks are going to, all this stuff. And it's just, come on, guys. It pays to be positive. And we've been positive. So let's start with the S&P 500. We'll move on to the QQQs. Then we'll hit the most important one that I think is coming to be a very, very big move, and that's the IWM, the Russell 2000. That's your small and mid-cap stocks. Why is that so important? Because this is going to show fruition into the breadth of the market. Thanks. Dan Bob says 34 new all-time highs in the S&P 500. And after we go through all that, we will hit you up with the economic calendar. The economic calendar is extremely important to note what is going on, and there are three huge things going on in the economic calendar today, and old Papa Powell is coming out to speak not just once, but twice. And we're going to talk about some of the data that's getting dropped too very, very soon. So now that you all are here, and then after that, we're going to be going over my trades, and then not to mention the watch list. The watch list will be coming up right towards the end there. So I say we just hop right into it, guys, and let's get to work. First and foremost, while you guys are all here, take a look at my screen. Do me a favor, make sure you are live. Click this live button right here so that way you are live with us. So that way when you comment, we can answer your comments immediately right away. And then hit this like button. Smash that like button for me, guys. And if you're new to the show, if you feel so opposed to doing so, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see everything that we do. We have a Discord, all that good stuff. Dan will post that in the chat. We got a link tree. You can see everything that's going on in the Discord, the Facebook groups, the Instagram, the Snap, the whole thing. Jolene, you made it. All the ladies are here tonight. We got Zamora, we got Awesome Art Muley, and Jolene. It's good to see you. All right, ladies, let's do this. The S&P 500 is trading at 554.64 currently, and it is holding up extremely strong, making new all-time highs once again, guys. It was just a beautiful day on Friday to see what was holding us up higher. Well, all the Mag 7 stocks were except for NVIDIA. Wah, 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 right? Now, when we see something like this, we're expecting to see breadth in the market very, very soon. So, will we get to see that? Well, let's take a look at the rest of the stocks to see where we sit. Now, before we move on, do keep in mind the S&P 500 is a little extended from this 10-day moving average. And I always tell you, if we're extended from a 10-day moving average, you do need to be leery of a pullback. Okay, when we were here, I was talking about ripping the Band-Aid off, and we ripped it right off and head right on higher. We ripped it off, if you know what I mean. Next up is going to be the QQQs. Now, this is your tech-heavy. This has got all your biggest tech stocks in it, and it's looking a lot like the S&P 500 as it continues higher at 496.16. We're almost right at that psychological area of 500. I think we're going to see a little stutter, a little shake, a little step, a little back take at that $500 area we will see very, very soon. Now, while we're at the QQQs, I like to look at the equally weighted. That's going to be QQEW. That's the QQs equally weighted. This is what I really like to see here. If we look at ourselves equally weighted, we're making new all-time highs. Why is that so important to see new all-time highs in the equally weighted? Because we know it's not just NVIDIA holding us up. We know it's not just Apple holding this up. We know it's not just, we have more than one stock or more than a few stocks holding the QQQs up. So this is a good sign, reaching new all-time highs in the equally weighted. And now, drum roll, please. Let me just take a look at we already got 16 votes. We're going to be going over the IWM, okay? This is what I have the vote on the poll, okay? And we're going to be going over this right now. I find the IWM is very, very important. And right now, if you guys look at what we have voted on, the question was, will small and mid caps head higher this week? I think that's a huge question, okay? And 71% of you already have said, yes, you think it is going to head higher this week. That's my personal thought on this too. But of course, I do like to see other biases in this because it's very important 29% of you say no, sideways action or lower. And if you have a very good reason why you might think it's going to head sideways or lower, let me know in the chat. I would love to see a separate biasy, a separate thought or opinion compared to mine. I think it's going to head higher because I really think it has been holding back for a long time, and it's been a lagger for a long time. So I'll just give you a little backstory on this. This here, when the S&P 500 was heading lower, the IWM held off much longer and then took off before pulling back. Now, it didn't pull back a crazy amount, but it traded sideways. And with the overall market heading much, much higher, we've seen that the IWM, the Russell 2000, only traded sideways and now is lagging that same move. So again, that's where my biasy comes into fruition, where IWM is starting to get tighter and tighter now, okay? We've seen these highs. It does look almost like a head and shoulder pattern here, but we have a double top that's existing, so it kind of nullifies that pattern, right? Well, we get this ascending triangle and a descending triangle, and it's getting tight in this area. We've been following this for quite some time now, and I can tell you guys, there needs to be a change in direction. There needs to be a change in direction. So we will see very, very soon if this is going to happen, and personally, I think it's going to be this week. Now, the market does not give a shit what I think. So if it does not work out and the market decides it's not going to do anything and trade sideways, well, then so be it. But if we do want to see breadth in the market, if we do get a higher push to the north side, we're going to see those opportunities in a lot of the stocks that we like to play, those faster moving stocks. So we will see very, very soon if that is what's going to happen. Now, one thing I do like to look at, well, of course, when we're looking at the S&P 500 is the equally weighted, the RSP. Just like we looked at the equally weighted QQQs, I like to look at the equally weighted S&P 500. Now you can see we have an ascending trend line heading up here. And right here on Friday, we ended up coming down and then soaking this back up. And I love to see a tall wick on this big soak. That's a good sign that investors are buying up. Now you can see this is an area of support. It's touched this 162 area multiple times. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this will be its 6th time marking up on this area right here, okay? Let me change that to a different color. We'll call it white, so that way you can see it's support, not a buy area. So if the overall market in the IWM wants to head higher and the overall RSP, or equally weighted S&P 500, wants to head higher, I think this is going to be a very good sign for the overall market. Now, a few other things that you guys know I love to take a look at, and that is going to be the VIX Volatility Index. Now, the VIX Volatility Index is still much lower. We're not seeing a lot of fear in this market. We're just seeing it kind of base out where we want to see it basing out. It doesn't usually go much lower than this, guys. This is about as low as the fear gets, right? So unless something catastrophic happens, you know, some news drop like Angelina Jolie gets another Botox injection, or, you know, maybe, I don't know. I can make up anything here. But I think we're going to just continue to trade sideways. So we do want to be careful, obviously. This fear index back here was the Middle East tensions. We got a big push up, but of course it got nullified. And here we are back down where the VIX volatility, or the fear index, is not traded so high. Now, guys, now that we went over the overall market, just to sum it up, we are risk on. I always like to say that I am risk on, okay? Because I want you to know where I stand in the market. I always say it pays to be positive. It's always good to be a bull, but I am a bear with bull horns. I do want to see pullbacks, because if we don't ever get a pullback, the fear will start to head up, the markets will start to head lower, and then we'll get a bigger pullback than we would rather see. I use the 21-day moving average. If you guys have been with me for any amount of time, I've been preaching this for a couple years now. The 21-day moving average, as long as it's held, and we see the 10 and 21-day moving average heading to the north side or curling up, then I will be risk on. So yes, I am risk on. Even though this is still a bit extended from where I like to be, I am still risk on. Now, if we can get the overall indices to have some breadth in this market, I think this is going to head higher much faster. Now, we have two more things to go over, and that's going to be the economic calendar. We have some very important things to talk about. I'll just bring that up for you right now so you can see. We're going to be talking about this just in 1 second. But you need to really pay attention to what is going on here. And then, of course, we'll go over my trades and then your watch list. Your watch list is coming up very, very soon, guys. And but before we move on, do me a favor, just really quick, take a look at my screen. I want you to smack this live button. If you're not live with me right away, then we won't get your comments over here on the right-hand side. Jacob, what's going on, Jacob? Holla. It's good to see you in here, buddy. Thank you for supporting your boy. And Predator, I'm glad to see you made it. I hope you're feeling well, brother. I know last week you were a little down in the dumpsters. So, guys, smash that live button. Hit that like button. And if you haven't already, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. We are a killer-ass show. You need to hit that subscribe button. I really have no idea what the hell you're waiting for. Just smash that subscribe button. I know you got some lurkers in here that haven't done it already. Anyway, guys, this is the economic calendar. The economic calendar on Monday. Take a deep breath with me. Nothing going on Monday. We don't have to worry about any crazy volatility, crazy crap happening at 8:30. No economic data is dropping on Monday. But, hear me out. Tuesday and Wednesday, Papa Powell is testifying, okay? Both Tuesday and Wednesday, July 9th and July 10th, Papa Powell will be coming out and speaking sweet, sweet news into your ears. Now, of course, if he stays the course, he's going to say he wants to see more data, he wants to see more things coming in, and as that might pose true, if he stays the course, nothing's going to change. Well, why do I say that? Because the CME Fed tool says so. But if is a huge statement, if he says something crazy like a bigger rate cut, or a better rate stay for September, that's going to change things. Now, right now, we are at a 93.3% chance that we are to stay in July, meaning no rate hikes in July, just a rate stay and no rate cuts. That is going to show very fruitful if this still happens and this doesn't change. If this starts to change, you're going to see a lot of volatility coming into the market. In September, we have a 70.8% chance that we are going to be coming down a quarter of a basis point. If you guys don't understand this at all, that's totally understandable. Just know when we start to cut rates, history has shown in the past 100 years, when rates start to get cut, then the market starts to head up. Okay, now this might be very well priced into the overall market, but why I say it's important to know when he testifies, because there might be hidden nuances in what he says at 10 a.m. on Tuesday or 10 a.m. on Wednesday, and we will be streaming that live here for you like we always do. When Papa Powell comes out and he drops some epic spitting on the microphone, we want to hear what he has to say, because it can definitely change the way the market moves. So with the CME Fed tool in September, I am expecting one cut, and then by December, I am expecting another cut, but we'll see what happens because we still have plenty of time before then. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Fed Chair Powell testifies, pay close attention. Then we don't have anything really happening until Thursday. So it's just the Fed Chair Powell on Tuesday, Wednesday, nothing on Monday. Then Thursday, we have CPI. That's the Consumer Price Index. That's very, very important, guys. Then at that same time at 8:30, initial jobless claims come out. This 8:30 news to drop is going to be absolutely bonkers. I can promise you that. If it comes out higher or lower than expected regardless, at 8:30 on Thursday, you're going to see a lot of volatility coming into the market. Okay, so be very, very aware of what's going on for that. All right? That's some good tea. All right, now guys, we've went through the S&P 500. We know what's going on with it. Next is my trades. Now, I have to use this brokerage here, but I want you guys to know, if you want to learn how to set up this beautiful TradingView brokerage and charting platform, you can click the link that Dan the greatest moderator alive, he'll post that in the comment section right now. This is TraderView. If you want to be a part of TraderView, it's absolutely free. If you use my link, you will get access to the Essential plan. If you decide to pay for it, it'll give you 15% off, and it gives me a little kickback. It's a good way to support me, but of course, you don't always have to. You can use that for free as long as you possibly want. but we would like to at least give you that $15 off. Thank you, Dan, Bob Dan, for posting that in the comment section. Now, I have to go to my broker so I can show you my trades. And right now in my current account, we have AMSC. Now, I took AMSC. This is a nice trade here. Let me just blow this up for you. We're up only about $60 on this, where we took this a little bit extended from the 10-day moving average, but because it's within my average daily range, we were still okay with taking this. We're using the low of the day at $24. We're risking 1% of my account, or 1R, if you will. And right now you can see with NVIDIA being the leader in the superconductors or the semiconductors, you can see this pullback here is not anything to be too surprised about because NVIDIA pulled back as well. We also are holding CAVA, CAVA, and this is also on my watch list, so we'll talk a little bit more about this, but I've averaged in, we have full risk on this around $95. Also, I'm in CLS. It's not being a very top-notch player at this point in time. So with that being said, I'm probably going to exit this out tomorrow morning so that way I have more PP or purchasing power to buy into something else, because I feel like this watch list, if something gets to popping on this watch list, we are going to see a crazy volatility move in a couple of these stocks, and I want to make sure that I am ready for that. Last but not least, we have NVIDIA, okay? NVIDIA is looking great. I really like this, that it's holding the 21-day moving average. I like the fact that we took this daily downtrend as it broke above it. We got a great price at $23.54. Let's see here. We're up. We already sold half of these shares, guys. This white line is where we sold half. The green line is where we got in. So we sold half. We made some money. Made some good money on that. We're up about $180 on this last piece. We're going to wait and see if it stops us out at break even, or if it is going to continue to head higher. So I'll just go ahead and pull my stop loss on here so that way you guys can see I have a stop loss set for break even. And if it hits that break even, that's fine. We've already made our money on that, but I want to give it enough room to see if this will continue higher. If it does, that is going to be a beautiful, beautiful trade. So we will see if the market wants to put a little...
Get in that huck too and spit on that thing.
We'll see if it wants to head higher. All right, guys. So next up, now that we have went through my trades, this is going to be the watch list, guys. And here's the thing with the watch list. We're going to go ahead and we're going to show you what is on the watch list. But if at all there's nothing that you see that's on this watch list, now is the time to put in the comments section what you want to see. We're going to go back through and we are going to review and give you any analytics that is necessary for any stocks that I have missed. So we're going to go over this right now, and we're going to start from the top and work my way down. Actually, we'll start from the bottom and we're going to work our way up. Just know it is least to greatest. So I'm going to start with CORZ, and we're going to get up to my #1 stock watch list coming up very, very soon. Mo Wealth, you like that? Put a little Hawk 2 on that NVDA for me, market. Let's go. So first and foremost, we have CORZ. If you guys remember, CORZ did shake me out on this day. I actually posted a whole video on this. I had a little meeting with a couple of the guys, so that way I could actually understand why I ended up exiting this trade out so fast, so quick, when really this shakeout day shouldn't have shooketh me out. I should have had a better rule set on this, and if I would have, I'd still be holding on to this beautiful, beautiful stock. So CORZ is in the data processing service, or some people are considering these the Bitcoin miners, but as you can see, Bitcoin is heading lower, CORZ is heading higher, and that's why we have to categorize it in a different section, okay? Because I don't think, or at least a lot of the leading experts on these, they don't think that WULF and IREN and CORZ, CORZ are Bitcoin miners, but they are more data processing services. And those big data processing services are going to be used in the near future for much greater things. I don't have any examples on it, but I can tell you they're being categorized in a different way. And if you guys have a better understanding of what they use these big data processors for, let me know in the comments so we all can learn a little more. But I'm looking at this on a technical analysis level. The CORZ is showing very fruitful as it has this huge push up on volume, a pullback on less volume as it holds a 10-day moving average, and now is showing a basing structure up here at the top. So if I just draw a line across this $10.50 area, when this gets close to that $10.50 on my brokerage, I have an alert CRZ. You can see right here at 10:44, I have a mark set so that way my alert will go off, and that way if I see volume start to peak up through this, and it is a lot of volume, I will be getting into this as it heads higher, okay? Now, these are my thoughts. They're not yours. They're my trade ideas. They're not yours. If you are willing to take something like this, know that it is your trade. It is your risk management, and I don't want anybody following my trades whatsoever. So don't sue me, bro. Look at the description. Don't sue me, bro. Next up is WGS. WGS, you can see this. This is absolutely beautiful. I like how this is tightening up. We had this big wick day that went all the way up to 31.32. I was glad that I didn't get into it. I did not get into it simply because there was not enough volume on the push, and then it just got shit right on and came right back into this area. So if I just draw this top here, you guys can see this 29.13 area is the area we're going to keep an eye on. And if we zoom out, you'll see why I like this beautiful stock. We get this huge push up on earnings, right? It trades sideways and it holds a 21-day moving average, pushing up again and pulling back on no volume. So this is the volume price contraction pattern, volume contraction price, VCP, VPC, and then it holds this base top around that $29 area. So if it wants to break through, but on volume this time, at 7.85% average daily range with an RS rating of 99, I think WGS is going to be a beautiful stock to keep on your watch list. We also have ASNS. Now, this is a little bit more of a speculative stock, and why do I say this? Well, this thing moves 21.27%. It's also a absolute shit stock when it comes to financials. If you guys look at this, you can see they are well in debt. But as we know, when we study Christian Quilamagi, some of the worst stocks can be some of the biggest movers, but that is why we need to keep in mind risk management. If you're going to get into something like this, know that there's extra inner risk, first and foremost. And second of all, you need to make sure that you're taking profits on the way up. Okay, so use risk management on these things, but keep this on your watch list because I think if it starts to break out above this $2 area and we see a lot of volume like we have on the last few blurps, I think this volume has been nullifying itself, meaning it's going to head higher faster. Back to the data processing thing, Dan Bob says AI needs the data processors. So everything's using AI right now, okay? And AI is going to need a lot of processing to continue to run. So that makes a lot of sense, Dan Bob, and I really appreciate you bringing that up. Yeah, AI, it's huge. So what are we going to need? I think more cybersecurity, CrowdStrike, right? CrowdStrike's setting up, but it's too slow of a mover for me, and AI data processors. So this is why these sectors are very, very hot right now. Now, we don't have CRWD, but it is a beautiful looking stock. We'll just go ahead and veer from the mean for just a second. Look at this really, really nice top right here, guys. See how nice and tight that is? I really think CrowdStrike is going to head higher faster if it breaks out above this. Again, that's not a buy or sell recommendation, but if this thing moved faster, it only moves 2.92%, so 3%. There's a lot faster things out there, so it doesn't meet my criteria. I wish it moved faster. If this thing moved faster, I would be buying this, but it doesn't, and that's a-okay. So I'll watch it move without me. Whether it goes up or down, I don't know. But if it breaks through this, I think it is something above 400. I think it's definitely something that we need to keep an eye on. Okay. Next up is SOC. You can see SOC is forming a nice top here after a big push up and a pullback, holding a 21-day moving average. We're going to see if this top right here wants to hold out. Let's see here, right here. Okay, so if it wants to get above that, that's going to look good. Dan Bob's asking, is there a 2x leverage of CrowdStrike? That's actually a good question for Google. I do not know. If CrowdStrike does have a 2x leverage, I definitely want to know about it. So you guys check that out. I don't know if it's a big enough stock, because if we look at CrowdStrike, a lot of your 2 or 3x leverage stocks are your bigger boats like Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Meta. Walmart might have one. Amazon, we found out today it's AMZU. But does CrowdStrike have one of those? I'm not putting it past, but let me know. Let me know, guys. TradeWise is asking, can you show again how you see how fast it's moving? Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to show you. So if you look up here, you can see in the top right corner of the screen, there's an ADR percentage of 4.77%. I want it to be the average daily range of a stock to be above 4%. So to get that on my watch list here, you click on indicators and you'll type in ADR percentage, and then this will be one of the first ones that pop up, okay, by Amor Schulooker. I hope I'm saying that right. Amor Schulooker, that's it. Amor Schulooker. It's the second one down if you type in ADR percentage on your indicators in TradingView. And guys, if you want to be a part of TradingView, Dan the greatest moderator alive, has posted that in the comment section. Just click on that link, download that for absolutely $0.00, and you can have this beautiful trading platform yourself. And if you want to know how we set it up to look exactly like this, you can go ahead and watch the video in the trading school, and you will see how we get the RS rating up here. I don't know if he goes over the average daily range, but again, it's the indicators. You type in ADR percentage, and you click on the one that says Amor Schulooker 935, okay? And then you'll be able to see the average daily range percentage. Pro tip, though, when you put that on there, make sure that you don't have a white background, that you have you have a dark background, not a white background, because if you have a white background, you won't see this white lettering. And you'll either have to change the lettering or go up here and you'll have to change your app setting to dark, okay? Little pro tip right there. Pro tip, baby. Okay, you're absolutely welcome, TradeWise. Were you missing that, Jolene? Okay, yeah. We'll add that to the next time we create another one of those, but we'll definitely keep you guys informed with that. So yeah, ADR percentage, very important to know, very easy to see up here. Next up is going to be TGTX, and if you guys ever want to see the stock that I'm talking about, it's right here in this tab, right here, guys. TGTX, that's where you're going to see that. And if we zoom out, you can see why I like TGTX so much. Right now, it's a 5.22% mover on its average daily range. And you can see right here, it's creeping in on this $19 once again. Why is this so important? Well, if we look at this head banger of a stock right here, it smacked its head once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, now 8, 9 times. And it's getting tight, holding a 10-day moving average. This, to me, is an absolute banger of a stock. So TGTX, definitely put this on your watch list. I'm just bringing it up on my broker's platform so I can make sure I have my alert set. And bada bing, bada boom, my brokerage platform has an alert. And we are working on getting a brokerage to sponsor us as well. So we'll be doing it all in TraderView as well to make it even easier for you guys. So we'll see if something comes into fruition with that too. So yeah, TraderView right here, bada bing, bada boom. You can set your alert, right click and click the alert on there. Next up is RDW. RDW is looking really nice here. 98 RS rating and an 8.4% average daily range. Redwire Corporation is the electric technology. It's also aerospace and defense. Does that ring any bells, B. Stewie? RDW is aerospace and defense. Let me just read a little bit about this company, and I also want to show you guys the income statement on this quarterly looks very, very good as the net margin is starting to head up, and annually they are starting to head up too. So we'll see if that comes into any fruition. But Redwire Corporation manufactures and supplies space equipment. It offers critical space solutions and reliable components for the next generation space economy with IP for solar power generation and in-space 3D printing and manufacturing. It assists its customers in solving challenges of future space missions. The company was founded in 2020 and is headquartered in Jacksonville, Florida. So that's an interesting one, a very speculative stock. But we know with an RS rating and the average daily range at 8.4%, it's one I want to keep an eye on. Now holding a 10-day moving average, creating this cup, creating a handle, breaking out higher on higher volume. And now look, we are getting really tight here on this daily. I like to sometimes, when I see these really tight moves where it's a trend, only a 3 or 4 day trend, sometimes I like to move in on the hourly, take a little peeky gander at the hourly, and look how nice and tight that's getting. Nice and tight, tight like a tiger, tight like a turtle. So this is something I like to keep an eye on, guys. And I zoom in on the hourly if I want to get a better peeky gander at it. So RDW is definitely on my watch list. I think it should be on yours as well. Not only is this a trend line, but you can also see we have a nice basing form right here at that $7 area as well. So it almost broke above it, came down. Now it's retesting it as well as the 10-day. You could call this a base and a trend breakout. So this is a double whammy, and I think it's definitely one that you want to keep an eye on. So we'll see what comes of that. Let's see what else we got here, guys. And remember, if you got a stock that you don't see on my list that you want to talk about, let me know in the chat right away. I would like to do your analytics for you, and maybe I missed something in the watch list that we posted for you. If you guys aren't aware of it, we always are posting in our Discord. We post right here in the weekly stock meeting or the stock watch list. Covey posts that for everybody to see. You can download it and then upload it onto your TraderView. That's why it's so damn important. And also in the same section, right here's the how to set up your TradingView platform. So we do all the homework for you. All you guys have to do is download that TraderView using my link and then watch the video. You can set it up. Then we give you the scanners and we teach you how to go through the scanners. We do everything for you. We make it easy and just really, honestly, if we bring you the watch list too, guys, we do everything here for you. All we ask is if we miss something, let us know. And that's why I'm asking you now. BROS, yeah, that's definitely a good one, and we'll definitely go over that. Dan, Bob, Dan, very, very good call. So we have about 3, 6, 7, 8. We got about 8 more left on this watch list. And I'm telling you, these are my top 8. These are my top 8 on this watch list. Very, very important. These are the top 8 coming up, guys. So I want you guys to pay very close attention to the next top 8. But I want to go over a few things with you. First of all, make sure that you are live. Oop, wrong one. Wrong one. Take a look at my screen, guys, right here. Make sure you are live, because when you type in those analytics, what you want to be analyzed, I want to know that you are on this with us. Hit that live button. Make sure you click that like button right here. Smash that like button for me, guys. And then if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button. We always want everybody to be subscribed to us. Obviously, it helps us grow. We are very close to meeting our 1,000 subscribers. I'm very pumped. We'll just refresh this to see how many likes that we have. We have, oh my gosh, guys, we're up to 981. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Absolutely beautiful. We are very close to that 1,000 subscribers. What's going to be great is, guys, we're going to be live streaming both Powell testimonies. And if we reach that 1,000, during that, somebody's going to get that 1,000 subscriber marker, and that's going to be awesome. So congratulations. Yeah, 21 to go, Jolene. That's awesome. I'm going to send some love your way. I just absolutely love you being here. So thank you guys so much. And just vote on this poll. We got 26 watching, and 21 have voted on the poll. So we're going to go over that poll really quick, though. The biggest question I think out there is, will the small and mid-cap stocks head higher this week? That is the IWM, or the Russell 2000. Are we going to head higher this week? 76% of you say, yes, we are going to head higher this week. And there are 24% of you say, no, sideways action. And nobody, there's not one of you out there that think I look like a chimpanzee. Was that not funny? Is that too much of a dad joke for you? Anyway, guys, I agree. I think we are to head higher in the IWM sometime this week. I think it's really building up, and I think that we are going to head higher very, very close. 19 more to go. Holy guacamole. I love it. The countdown. The final countdown. Absolutely love it. I am pumped for this, guys. So we will see how quick we can go. But we have to continue on this watch list. FBI, open up! They're here. They want to know what's on the watch list, too. All right, guys, let's jump right back into it. The watch list. This is the top 8 on my watch list, and I hope that you guys have these on your watch list too. And if you don't, and there's something that you want me to see, throw it up in the chat. We will definitely go over BROS in just a minute. Monster needs to sponsor me. They do. I'll be awake forever. All right, DELL. So why do I like DELL so much? Zoom out on the daily, and you will see here, let me get rid of some of these anchored VWAPs. I do love me some anchored VWAPs, but we're going to get rid of it for now. All right, we have an RS rating of 98, and DELL is trading at an average daily range of 4.76. I like the look of DELL because it's not only holding a daily uptrend, very clear ascending trend line. Look at that. Very clean, very clear. But we also have a very clear, very clean descending trend line here. And I think sometime this week, if it breaks out above this line, I think we're going to see some rocket ships to the north side. Let me just go ahead and throw one up here so you guys know I am for real. This thing's going to just rocket up to the north side. Now, these are my thoughts, not yours. I don't want anybody following my trades, but I will say this. Above 150, watch out. That is where the launching pad is. So with an RS rating of 98 and the ADR percentage over 4%, this is definitely on my watch list, and I highly suggest you putting it on your watch list as well, because DELL is looking very, very formidable to be a top player in the very near future. You can see for a while now, this DELL has been trending to the north side, and we're starting to get some action up here. So if this thing wants to take off, I think even if there is any shorts in this, they are going to try to pile in at each one of these areas, and it'll help get this thing to lift off as well. So we'll see. We'll see if this high tight flag, this beautiful bull flag here, wants to do exactly my bidding for me. But if it does, I will be there to react to it. Next up, number 7 on the watch list. MIRM is looking very good as well. We have this beautiful cup, and you can see with the TraderView, the setup that we get you guys all set up in that video we talked about earlier, the how-to on the platform right here. We also get you set up so you can see these cups and handles. Here's the cup. Now we just have to wait for the handle, and it looks like it's starting to base out. It's following this 10-day moving average very well. It pushed up on higher volume. The RS rating is almost at that 90 that we like to see, and also the average daily rating is much higher than 4%. It's at 6.4%. This is in the pharmaceuticals, the health technology, which has been a hot sector since January, guys. So this one here, MIRM, I highly suggest you put this on your watch list, okay? This I would give it maybe a couple more days, but I really think MIRM has potential to break out. Let's just see. Where am I going to put my... I'm just going to put it right above 34.54. And here's my reasoning for that. I like this being based out. You can see each time it's came up to that 34.52, 34.54. We'll just say 34.50, make it an even round number because we know we like psychological numbers here. And when it hits that area, I want to know about it, because if I start seeing volume come in on that 5-minute time frame, we're going to watch this thing rip, tater chip to the north side. So I 100% think you should keep MIRM Pharmaceuticals on your watch list, okay? So this thing is beautiful. Beautiful push up, some sideways action. Let the 10 and 21-day moving averages catch up to this, and then we could just blast off. So we'll see if that is what's going to happen for MIRM. It's looking really good though, guys. I really like it. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is Jolene. This is a healthier monster, honestly. This is the T. I know they're probably not all. None of them are probably healthy for you, but this is the T. It's like the T energy one, so it's a little bit better for you. Mama, what's going on? It's all right that you're late, Ginger Hopper, or as we like to call her, Mama. What's going on, Mama? It's good to see you. And Jolene just said I need to get a healthier monster drink. So, Mama, you're gonna probably be happy that she said that. she's gonna probably. What is that? What is that link you just sent out? I'm gonna click on it. Oh, all the ETFs? Yuck, not that one. Use the SPY one, dude. We don't need to put that in there. Oh, good, we need you. Yeah. Just saying that chaps my lips. I watched your TikTok, mama, and that chaps my lips, that's twice you've used that. Is that your new thing? Dan Bob, the 2x leverage. Oh, that's why you posted that in there. All right, all right, all right. I see. Do we have one for CrowdStrike in there? Check CrowdStrike, Dan Bob. Is there one for CrowdStrike? Let me know. All right, guys, we have the top remaining 6 stocks that I have on this watch list. These top remaining 6 stocks are very, very important. There's a reason why I have them on my top 6, and you guys are absolutely going to love it as well. Kilgore says, one day I will have Night Owl Coffee Shop sponsored on this Discord. Yes, let's go. I still think you should call the coffee shop Kilgore, though. Kilgore Coffee. I would drink it and like flex the whole time I'm drinking it. Let's go. Yeah, I wanted a tagline. Yeah, that really chaps my lips. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one, mama. I know you don't like rip tater chip, but I do. So we're gonna keep on rolling with it, baby. All right, guys. So next up, number 6 in your top stock watch list is BZFD. So why do I have BZFD on here? Well, let's run it, baby. The RS rating is 98. Relative stock. If you don't know what the RS rating is and you're new here, the RS rating is the relative strength rating to the S&P 500. So keep that in mind. We want to be in these stronger stocks because if the market pulls back and you're in a stronger stock that is relatively compared to the overall S&P 500, it's not going to come down nearly as hard or nearly as fast as all the rest of the stocks or the S&P 500. So BZFD has a higher RS rating than that 90. That's what we like to see. And of course, this is a fast mover at 8.3%. Now, why are we looking at a penny stock? Well, because this is where you can make or break your account. When I say make or break, I mean you can make money on your account or you can hit your stop loss, as we always like to preach that you do. Make sure you're using risk management, especially when you're running with these penny stocks or these higher float movers, low float, higher average daily range movers at 8.3%. Why do I like this? Well, aside from it breaking this, it's following the 10-day moving average and it's getting really, really tight here. Okay, and what do I like to do when we get really tight on that 10-day moving average? We only have a few days. Well, we zoom in on the hourly. So right here on the hourly, you can see we got big movement. It pulls back, and then it just starts to get really, really tight here. So I like the look of this stock. We're going to see if it becomes formidable. But I promise you, these next few stocks, you guys are going to like much, much more. We only have 5 stocks. These are my top 5. And I do feel like BZFD, after going over this with you guys, is going to come down below. It's going to come down to about 8 or 9. Okay, I think RDW, DELL, and MIRM are much, much better. Now, if you guys can't see it all right now, CAVA. CAVA is up next. Make sure you guys put CAVA on your watch list. This is number 5. 5. Okay, I just had to make sure. Yeah, Dan Bob, shit, sending my mama some love. Yeah, baby. MDIA, we'll definitely go over MDIA. That didn't make my cut. CLS, Mo Wealth, yes. CLS, I'm actually in CLS, dude. I'm in it, but I think I'm going to get rid of it because I think there's better ones. I love it, Mo Wealth. You keep them coming, brother. Next up is CAVA, guys. So why do I like CAVA? RS rating 98. Its average daily range is above 4%. And you can see right here, we have this beautiful, beautiful base breakout getting ready to happen right here. Look at this. This base breakout right here at 96 is going to be the area to take. Now, I am already in CAVA. I actually played the base breakout right here at 92.97 and was able to get in around this $94 area. And then I bought in again on the intraday time frame when it broke out above that and gave me an average around 95. So I don't think I'm up at all. Let's take a look at CAVA and we'll look at my active trader. Yeah, we're actually down about $33 on this trade. You can see this green line is where I got in. This yellow line is actually where I averaged in, and that's where it brings my new average up because I took it after it broke out above here. So we'll see what CAVA wants to do. I like it. My stop is at 92.97 or close, just under 93. We're going to see if it wants to shake me out. Either way, I'm going to have my alert set back up here, even if it does want to shake me out, come down to the 21, and then head higher. But I like these 3 inside days here, guys. 3 inside days is going to show much, like very, very healthy for this stock. So it's looking very, very good. Next up, this is the top 4. This is your 4th stock in the top is MDGL. Look at this beautiful cup, and now we have a handle. Beautiful cup and handle here, guys. I like the looks of these with a RS rating higher than 90 and the average daily range above 5%. This thing is looking like a beaut. If this MDGL wants to get above, let's say 278.70, that is going to be where I'm expecting to see some volume come in. This is where I want to watch it to see if volume comes in and starts to give this a launching pad to head to the north side. Now, the last time it started to come up here, it didn't break that $900 or that $300 area. Its highest area was $295.50 before it had a pullback, and it started to hold that 21-day moving average like it has held for some time. So we'll see if this trend line wants to break, and if it wants to head higher, then we will be there and ready for some action. All right, guys. We got 3 more on this watch list. 3 more, and then we'll go over your watch list and what you want to look at. So this was on my watch list, I think, a week or 2 ago, and it popped back up, and it's back on my watch list to see if it wants to do something amazing. And USM is that stock. USM was over here on my watch list. Why am I not in USM? Let me explain to you guys why I did not take this trade. There was multiple areas where I could have taken this trade, right? We have this basing area right here. Let me draw this out. This basing area, you can see it's found this basing area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different times, and I could have taken it, right? Or another area we could have taken this trade is right here. Look at this trend breakout on the 10-day moving average. You're going to see a lot of the trades that we do, guys, a lot of the trades that we have are going to look very eerie similar. Why? Because we have a process. We trade that process. We stay safe using risk management, and this is my damn edge. It's a sharp edge, too. I promise you. We've done data back testing on it, and it is a timeless winner. That's why we focus on all the greatest traders that have made millions using these strategies. We're not here to reinvent the wheel, people. We're here to make money in the market. And that's why I'm regurgitating this information right back up into your lap. All you have to do is follow the direction and stick with it. Never give up. And then once you do exactly what we're doing here, all it takes is discipline. If you follow your disciplinary rules, which I promise you is way harder than just saying, I'm going to eat right. No, you got to put the fork down. And that's my example right there. I do got to start eating better. But guys, seriously, discipline. It's all about the discipline, okay? Once you learn these sets of rules and you hear them over and over again, you'll start to see these same plays. Now, why am I not in this? The volume never showed up here, okay? You can see it showed up this day, but it didn't break through. It pulled back, and then it popped up through on this day, but it wasn't high enough through the breakout area, so I did not get into this trade. And it's very, very unfortunate that I didn't get into it because I was watching it for quite some time, but it's okay. When you find leaders like USM, and it can be argued whether it's a leader or not, but you can see that we are setting up one more time, okay? Now, this looks like it pushed up higher, and then it came back. It's retesting this breakout area, this base area, and now it's heading back up and it's getting tight. If it wants to break above this trend line one more again, 57.50 with volume is definitely where I want to head. Dan Bob Dan says, no more tacos for me. You know, there isn't. I start my very, very strict diet. Now, guys, I'm straight edge now. I hate to, I know it sounds so nerdy. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't chew, I don't do nothing. The only issue I have is my food intake. And I promise that is my last disciplinary thing that I have to focus on. And I start that tomorrow. I was actually able to run after my knee surgery. I'm finally able to run. I ran a half a mile today. Okay? And that's where I'm headed with this. I'm right back on it. be going to jiu-jitsu a little bit more. We're going to be running more. We're going to be hitting the weights more. And we're going to be kicking ass in the stock market even more than we usually do. Next up, we have 2 more stocks to show you. But first, I want to make sure USM is on my alert system. It is. So my alert's 5658. I'm going to just bring this down a little bit more here. There we go. So yeah, USM. So that way when it breaks above this area, I can grab a hold of that. Now USM moves 4.1%. It's going to see awesome. Dan Bob Dan has posted our Facebook group. If you guys aren't a part of our Facebook group, you're more than welcome to join it. I know a lot of you guys are coming here from Robinhood Stock Market Watchlist. You're more than welcome to join our Facebook group as well. I know that Robinhood can have a lot of spammers and stuff like that, but you guys have to understand it's a humongous group. There's a lot of people in there, and it's very hard for the small group of us that are keeping it clean. So if you want a smaller Facebook group, somewhere that is well managed, that you don't have to worry so much about the issues of spammers, you can join our Facebook group as well. We are friends with Robinhood Stock Market Watchlist, and you can join our Facebook group too. We are the Swing Trade Strategists. We are definitely kicking ass and taking names. We reached our first milestone in there too, so congratulations on that, Dan. Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive, has started that up for us, so that way we have a safe place to go and congregate. Now, guys, we only have 2 left. 2 stocks left, and I promise you these are banger stocks. My full focus is on these top 3, but CVNA is our number 2 on our stock market watch list. Why is CVNA? Well, because it is a high flyer mover, average daily range at 6.49%, and its RS rating is at 99. That's absolutely awesome to see, guys. And not only that, but you have this cup with a handle and a trend line that has formed. So if this breaks above that $128 area on volume, you better believe I want to be here to see it, because I think, let me just go ahead and throw it up there, winner, winner, a chicken dinner. I think you're going to hit this drumstick right here. Once this thing starts to break out, we're going to have ourselves a nice chicken dinner right here. We're going to be able to buy everybody in the Discord a chicken dinner right here if we play this right using risk management. So we'll see very, very soon if that happens. And now, before we get to the final frontier, the top watch of this watch list, I want you guys to do me a huge quick favor. Look at my screen really quick, guys. I want you to take a little peeky gander. Make sure you hit that live button. I mean, hell, if you haven't done it already, you're not going to. And we have 24 votes here. We're going to be going over the votes very, very soon. I see you guys are smashing that love. You're smashing that laughing button. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. But do me a huge favor. Hit this like button. And if I have brought you any form of entertainment or knowledge, or just if I've just killed some time and you're enjoying yourself, just hit that subscribe button, guys. I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Just do it. It feels great when you do. And now that we've updated this, we're up to 982 subscribers. Holy guacamole, guys. We are just flying to 1,000. We do not have very much longer to go. Jolene with the countdown, we are getting very, very close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. I think within the next couple of days, we are going to be there. Who is going to be our 1,000th subscriber? Hopefully, when they do subscribe, they'll let us know that they're 1,000. But guys, I want to say thank you. Thank you guys so much for being here. The final count. Yes, sir, Dan Bob. I don't know if you can sing or not, but record it, and I will play it for you. But yeah, guys, if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and then vote on this poll. We got 24 of you that have voted. We just need a couple of more. I know we got 26 watching, so vote on this poll. I'm really quick to see. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with this vote. I can see we're pretty one-sided in here, so that's pretty cool, because it does pay to be positive, baby. So last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please, because if this thing breaks out, it's going to be a rip tater chip to the north side. It is NNE. Now, at first look at NNE on the daily time frame, you can see we're getting a little choppy on the daily, but I have my reasons, so bear with me here. With an RS rating of 99 and its average daily range percentage at 29%. This is a make or break, rip your damn face off. The only thing you can see left is the skull unless you're using risk management. So be very, very, very careful with NNE. And also, mind you guys, we already played this. We were here. We called it out in our watch list. If you need a reminder, I can bring it up right now. Let me just bring this bad baby up. Look at this beautiful watch list that we curate for you almost every single morning, unless I get way too busy. If we look at NNE back on 6/14, I said the average daily range at the time was 19.6%, an RS rating of 95. A break above $7.50 on volume would be a great area of risking the low of the day. What did we do? Well, this was one of my best trades right here, guys. Beautiful push up, a trend line formed on this basing bottom. When it got above that 750, we got in, and boy, did we make some money. That was an easy $3,000 we made on this huge 400% mover. Now it's pulling back and forming a new trend line. But why do I call this out when this daily looks so chop? Let's zoom in on the hourly to give you a better idea. Look how clean this looks. Now, multiple times I've seen this happen when you get these high-flying, fast-moving stocks. You'll have to look at them on the hourly because they are moving too fast for anybody to really understand what's going on. So, if you have NNE on your watch list, I would definitely suggest keeping an eye on this on your hourly time frame. Now, of course, I agree with Covey as well that this could use a couple more days. Because if we look at it on the daily time frame, you can see, and you can actually imagine with me here. Let me just see if I can get a better, we'll just do this with these lines here. You can do something like this, guys. You can go like this. Actually, let's find a better tool here, guys. Let's use this, okay? If you imagine with me on the daily, we come down and we do something like this to get a little bit tighter over the next couple of days. All right, let's just say we do that. And then we start to break out, okay? I think a couple more days. It could do a couple more days, but I'm not going to argue with price action here. Why? Well, because if the hourly shows formidable, why does it not let me do this? Die. All right, it's not letting me do it. But if we go back to the hourly, guys, you will see that, I don't know what's going on. Hang on one second. Here we go. Goodbye. If we go back to the hourly, we can see we're pushing up into this trend line right now. The buyers are still buying, and we're creating new higher lows. Where are those new higher lows? Right here is one. Right here is another new higher low right here. And now if we get really tight like we look like we are, and this thing wants to break out in this area, I can easily see rocket ships heading to the north side. So do keep in mind, these are my trades, not yours. These aren't buy or sell recommendations, but what I see is what I see, and what you get is what you get. And keep in mind, these are what pays the bills. This is exactly why we look at these trend breakouts. This is exactly why we bring you these watch lists, because it's good to know, it's good to have, and if you're in this rocket ship, you can make a ton of flipping money on this shit. So keep that in mind, guys. I absolutely love this stock, and I absolutely am pumped that you guys are here seeing this with me, because we might come back on Monday, and on Monday in the Discord when we have this meeting, we might see this thing, we might come back, we might say, wow, I wish I would have taken more shares. Or we might say, hey, it's needing a couple more days. You know, maybe it gets tighter. Maybe it doesn't break out till at 26. You know, we'll see though. But I promise you, it's been selling off in this $30 area once, twice, 3 times. If it breaks through that $30 area 4 times, 5 times, if it breaks through that $30 area, we might just be on this beautiful thing to the north side. So we'll see what happens here. Remember, this isn't the best looking stock for growth, so we need to be very careful with this stock. There's a lot of hype around this stock, but it also seems like there are a lot of people that are looking their other way. So keep that in mind. It looks like Eater Van says he's got NNE on his watch list too. So yeah, absolutely. That is good for you to have. That is my number one stock. 100% number one stock to see. Let's take a look at a few that Mo Wealth has brought up for us. MDIA. MDIA is looking pretty good. We have 28.68%. We got to go to the daily time frame, though, really quick. Let's take a little peek here, guys. So MDIA, I did pull an anchored VWAP. I thought this was kind of interesting. The anchored VWAP, it came right up into that anchored VWAP and then just got shut down, but then held a new higher low on this 21-day moving average. I do like MDIA, but I don't know. It's just not the cleanest. It's not the cleanest for me. We could go ahead and do one of these and just draw a trend line. We can even put it here. It's very discretional when it comes to that trend line. This thing could take off. It really could. I just was hoping to see some tighter days here. You know, if this thing, I would say, looks more like this, where we get this kind of line with it. Let's go ahead and do it like this, you know, something like this, and then takes off to the north side. I could see that happening. That's why this didn't make my list. So that's why I have MDIA sitting kind of on the back burner, because I'm waiting for it to get a little, you know, I don't see it ripping up here. I see it coming up, running into this, and then getting tighter, 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 and then taking off. So that's just what I see for MDIA. Let's go ahead and Ether vein, we'll definitely go over SMR. SMR is basically on the same line as NNE, so we'll see what happens for that. We'll go over that in just a second. Let's see. B. Stewie says 1,000 LFG. We didn't hit 1,000, right? Don't get me all excited, B. Stewie. Let me refresh this page just to be safe. Oh, goodness. All right, 982. All right. Don't be saying that stuff. Unless it was a comment on what I was saying. But, all right, so MDIA, let's look at CLS. So now I am in CLS. This is what I see for CLS. I see a big trend line coming down here, and I see a big ascending trend line coming up here. So I just don't think CLS is ready. I'm in CLS. I'm down a couple of schmiggles on CLS, but I just don't see CLS taking off just right away, okay? So that's just my idea for CLS. Matter of fact, if it breaks this 10-day moving average at all, I'm going to exit CLS, or if NNE starts to take off, or Carvana starts, or USM starts to take off, I'm going to sell out of all CLS so that way I can put it into one of these faster moving, better looking stocks. So CLS doesn't make my watch list, and I actually regret taking CLS. I do regret taking CLS. I don't think this was one of my best trades, and I have learned a lot from this. Because remember, you're a loser unless you're learning. I learned from CLS. I don't think this is my best play. Next up is RGS. Don't I already have this on my watch list? No. Okay, so the reason why I don't have RGS on my watch list is because this just needs more time. So if you look at RGS, yes, 99 RS rating, 17%, but there's nothing we can do with this up here. I would say it needs something like this, a lot more time. So we need to give this a lot more time here. Let this price action kind of play out. Sure, it might take off, but what am I going to risk? The low of this, a 1798? That's a huge risk, you know, so that's just not on my watch list. But yes, definitely one to keep on your watch list like for next week. You know, or, you know, I don't know. If you can play this top, go for it, but it's just too extended for me personally. So that's the only reason why I don't have that on mine. But very good watch list there, Mo Wealth. Very good watch list for sure. Let's see. I want to make sure we got them all. Yeah, Bob Dan says NNE. Absolutely. Ether Van's got it on his watch list. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Bros. BROS. Thank you, Dan Bob, for that. So BROS is looking really good here, guys. Let's just zoom out here. Boop. There we go. So BROS, this is a coffee company, if I remember correctly. We'll just read it off to you really quick. Dutch Bros engages and operates in the franchise drive-through shops that focus on handcrafted beverages as it operates through the company's operated shops and financing in other segments. Okay, so it's not just coffee. Involved in bean and product sales, so it's more than just coffee. It's more than just a Starbucks. We write your name on the cups as well. So BROS looks like it's solid at this $42.11 area. It's forming a bit of base at the top with an average daily range of just above that 4% and an RS rating of 95. I remember when this was all the rage back here, and now we're finally creating this huge cup. This isn't a cup and handle type William O'Neill. But I will say this. Ooh, excuse me, guys. This had a nice trend breakout on volume. This was the play. This is when to take it. And now we're forming a basing top here. So this isn't the best basing top. This isn't like a ship-based top. S-H-I-P, not shit-based, but ship-based top. And this is what I mean by ship-based top. You can see right here is a nice base top, okay? This is why we use ship. I didn't say shit-based top, ship-based top. Right there is a nice base top where it gets tighter and tighter and breaks out on volume. BROS is just trying to form that, so it doesn't have like a lot of points, but it could. It very well could break above that. And I'm going to go ahead and set my alert right here. We'll see if this thing wants to take off. And if it does, hey, we'll be there for it. And so, yeah, I like this. You can keep it on your watch list, and we'll see what happens with BROS. Definitely. Very good call. Let's see. And we want to take a look at SMR. And guys, we're getting close now on time. So if you don't already want me to take a little peeky gander at the stocks that you're watching, put it in the chat. If not, we're going to have you forever hold your peace. SMR. Now, SMR, the play for SMR was right here, guys. This was the play right here. Let me just draw this out. Because I remember SMR, you could have played it right here. Or what I thought was a little bit nicer was right here for SMR. Okay, we also, the whole reason why I use this and I use this one is because you can see this basing top right here. So that's why I like to use that top. And then it created new higher lows. So you have this low, this new higher low, this new higher low, and then boom, it takes off, right? And it just pushed up, and we are up a crazy amount right here. So that's a beautiful, beautiful sign for this stock. It's up 123% from that trend-based breakout. So that's a beautiful, beautiful sign right there. We'll see what happens with SMR. Right now, this isn't a stock that you can buy into. This is a stock that you already need to be in. All right, so this you could use this as a basing top, but I don't care for it. I mean, to me, the move has already been made. You could have tried to take it one more time, maybe right here on this trend breakout, but I think this has already made its move. Okay, but we have been watching SMR for quite some time. It actually stopped me out by pennies. SMR did. It stopped me out by pennies, and I believe it was on this breakout. It moved up, and it cleared the low of day before taking off higher. But hey, it is what it is. Mo Wealth, you got to take off. All right, brother. Well, we'll see you in the Discord chat. Thank you so much for joining us, Mo Wealth. You are awesome for always creating a watch list. I love to see your watch list. You're doing an awesome job. You're probably one of the fastest learners that have came through the Discord, so we appreciate you being a part of our Discord. And guys, if you want to be a part of our Discord, click that LinkedIn thing. But Dan Bob will put the LinkedIn in the chat right now. You guys are more than welcome to be a part of that. And we have 25 votes now. We're going to go ahead and end this poll, and we will just go over the poll really quick as I bring up IWM. Why do I think IWM is so important and so important today rather than any other week before? Well, we knew we were trading sideways and we had a lot of choppy action, but it's starting to get tighter. And I think by the end of this week, we're going to choose a direction on IWM. And personally, why I always think it pays to be positive, and that's why I asked this question, is will IWM small cap, mid cap stocks in the S&P, or I'm sorry, the Russell 2000 head higher? 75% of you said yes. 23% of you said no. No, it is not. Well, I can tell you this. If it does, and it starts to break this trend line, I really think we're going to start to see breath in the market. If we start to see small and mid caps head higher, I think we are going to see the S&P 500 go on a fiery bull run to the north side, and it's going to be absolutely epic and beautiful. I would love to be a part of it. That's why we use these stock watch lists, because if we can get a part of these small or mid cap stocks while we're lying in the grass before this thing jumps out and starts heading to the north side, we have an opportunity to make a lot of money. So that's why we do these watch lists. That's why we do all of these things. Yes, awesome art. Thank you for bringing that up. Sorry I skipped you. Awesome art. So PLTR. And thank you. I'm really happy that you brought this up, actually. PLTR is on my watch list, but this is going to be lower on my watch list. It's on my brokerage watch list. It's not on my top watch list because It needs to form the handle. Now, I know you're in this. I know you have money in this. You got a very good price. And I don't know what you're risking, but what I want to say is where I am waiting to get in is the cup, now the handle. So I want to see this thing get tight on a 10 or 21 day moving average. So I'm going to be waiting for this thing to tighten up here and then break above this $28 area. Actually, more like $27.50. Yeah, I'm even gonna put an alert right here. We're gonna put an alert right here on PLTR for roughly $27.50. Okay. When it gets above that area, I'd much rather not it take off tomorrow, but I'd rather see it trade sideways and get tight right under $27.50, and then let's say by the end of the week take off and head higher. So with an RS rating of 97 and an average daily range of 4%, I think PLTR has an amazing opportunity to head higher. We'll see what it wants to do very, very soon. So yes, PLTR is definitely on my watch list. And thank you, Dan, Bob Dan, for posting that so I didn't miss out on her. So back to IWM, guys. I think IWM is going to take off higher. I think it's going to rip tater chip by the end of the week, but we'll see if it wants to do that. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be hanging out to see everybody out. I'm going to Ursha you on out of here, but before I do, let me just do this one last thing, guys. Go ahead and look at my screen. Before you take off, if you've been here with me from the start, thank you guys so much for being here. I want you to do me a huge favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button if I brought you any entertainment whatsoever. Join our Discord. Join our family at the new Facebook group. There's my link tree in the comment section. You can find me on all different platforms. You can see the YouTube, the Discord, the Instagram, the TikTok, my personal Facebook, and the Twitter is all in there, guys. And then, of course, if you want to join our Facebook group, you can see the Facebook group is in the chat just up here a little ways. Right here, join the Facebook group. Everything's absolutely free. We bring everything to you for free. We don't ask a dollar or a dime. The only way you can really support me is clicking that TraderView affiliate link that he has posted in there as well. And buying the Essential Plan is the only way you can really give back to me if you want to in any form or way. But we don't ask for you to do it, but we also love TraderView. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And yeah, take care, guys. Have a good day. Awesome art, thank you. Absolutely. Jolene, you're very welcome. Dan, Bob, Dan, thank you. I appreciate you, brother. We got a crazy amount of ladies coming in here. Look at that. All the ladies in here. Trade-wise, you're welcome. You're welcome. Absolutely. Appreciate you guys joining. We got so many ladies in here. Muley, Jolene, Trade-wise, Zamora. I mean, the women are taking over. The women are taking over. I'm okay with it. I tell you, the women trading group, I've been saying this from the start. If you're a woman and you're a trader, you have an opportunity to do much better than any of the men can possibly do if you stick with it. Jimmy Bright, yeah, good night, brother. Good to see you. Michael Anthony says, PLTR going to start a correction. Hey, they might. We're at an area of resistance. It very well could start a correction. It could start a correction for sure. That's why we always need to make sure we are using risk management. Use risk management, and if you're in PLTR, make sure you know where your stop losses are and where you're going to take money out. Predator, thank you so much. Thank you. Whoop, whoop. B. Stewie, thank you, brother. My day one, B. Stewie, my dog. All right, guys. I hope that's everybody. We still got 11 you in here. Trying to see everybody out. Give you the love, baby. All right, guys. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Eater Van. Take care, Eater Van. Mo Wealth is already taken off on us. Mama, I hope you have a good night. Let's see. Anybody else in here that I missed? Let me see. I think that's everybody. Bob, Ken, Kilgore. Thank you guys so much. Covey, even if you're not in the chat. Damien, what do you think about Nike? Oh, man. I wish you were live. I'm not up in the thing. I'll take a look. I'll take a look while you're sitting there in the chat. NKE, we're below all of its moving averages. Go ahead, Damien. hit that like and subscribe button. Go into the Trader School. You'll see it. It's on my main page in the YouTube. And watch the trend breakout and base breakout strategy, brother. And when you do that, you'll see exactly how I like to trade. Because this Nike, it's below the 200-day moving average and all other moving averages. So it's just heading lower, and I don't try to catch a falling knife. I gotta wait for it to create new higher lows, be above a 200-day moving average minimum, and then then I will take a look at it. But yeah, Nike is definitely not on my watch list. Go ahead and look at the Trader School. You'll see how I trade, man. You'll see how I trade, and then you'll get a better understanding of how I trade. But yeah, this is not something I'm watching. Its RS rating is only at a 20, and its average daily range is only 2.3%. But Damien, I promise you, if you just come join us, you'll get a better idea on how we do things, brother. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to go give the wife some attention before she divorces me. Only kidding. We love each other. We love each other, I swear. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate everybody being here. You guys have an awesome night. Peace.